and it is noon Pacific time on March 3rd. Thank you for joining me. I'm here today to read chapter 3 in my book, The Harriet Tubman Way, an inspirational guide to self-love, empowerment, and legendary leadership for girls. I am also inviting you to join me tonight, which is Monday, every Monday evening. I have a program on Bold Brave TV. It is on a YouTube channel, Bold Brave TV, and my program is called The Harriet Tubman Way, Love in Actions. I'm there at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time every Monday. This program is for girls to learn how to love themselves. It's also for all the family members who want to watch it and learn too. So I invite you to be with me this evening. I have two guests, and I always have guests that usually have guests that are there with me to engage and share what they're doing, their wisdom. I will share a lesson from Harriet Tubman. So this week, this evening is chapter 1, which I have already read to you, and today chapter 2. Chapter 2 would be our discussion on the TV program next week. So I invite you to join. It is live, and that means that you can call in. Yeah, actually call in or send your comments, and I will address them live on the program. So let me go ahead and get started today with chapter 2. And chapter 2 is Survive and Make Changes. I can't get mad at my past, but I need more happiness in my future. I want better. I need better. And I deserve better. I can do better if I start with me. So, I'm going to get my ish together, change my life, and start living better because I deserve it. Because I deserve better. Chanel Cooper Skies. The story, a life-changing event. One day, something happened that changed my life forever. It was the fall of the year. We called it picking time. I was working with a man named Jim. Jim was a tall, strong-looking man with big arms and a broad chest. Because he was so big and strong, the overseers worked Jim extra hard. Because he worked so hard, he was always talking about running away. Now, y'all know we couldn't talk out in the open about anything. The overseers would think we were talking about Nat Turner and rising up to kill them. So we had to sing instead. We had to sing songs like Steal Away to Jesus. That was Jim's favorite song. One day, Jim seemed restless. He kept his eyes on the overseer more than he did on his work. He was singing Steal Away to Jesus over and over. Then, about the evening time, the overseers went in the barn to have their supper. As soon as that barn door closed, Jim threw down his hoe and said, "I'm leaving this place." I kept my eyes on Jim. What did he mean? Before I could figure out what he meant, I heard a barn door open. One of the overseers came out of the barn. He saw Jim headed down the road. He said, "Hey, boy, get back here." Jim started running. And the overseer followed Jim down the road. I was scared for Jim, so I followed the overseer. We ended down at the Bucktown store. It was getting dark. The door was open, and the moonlight shone just inside the door. I stood in the doorway. There was 2 other slaves in the store, and the overseer had Jim cornered. He was trying to get the other men to grab Jim so he could tie him up and beat him. He saw me peek my head in the door. He said, "Stop him. Don't let him get out the door." I saw Jim run to the door, and I moved out the way. Y'all know how one gonna stop that man from running away? Jim ran past me out the door, and the overseer picked up a 2-pound lead weight and threw it at the doorway, trying to hit Jim. It hit me instead, hard in the head. And I just over my eye. And I hit the ground, knocked out and bleeding. You know, they don't call no doctor for no little slave girl. They took me to my mama's cabin where I lay near death on some rags. I remember Mama and the others praying for me and crying. Daddy got some herbs and mashed them up and put them on my head. They did all they could do. All the time I was lying there, I was praying to have my strength back and to be well again. God heard my prayers. Yes, he did. I got my strength back. But I ain't never been the same since that day. Folks say they seen a change in me. I became more determined to have a different life other than slavery. Survive and make changes. Love and a feeling of responsibility for other people can give you the courage to stand up for someone else. Being an advocate for others is servant leadership. Have faith, stay strong and determined, and you can survive and do extremely well. Harriet survived the injury that crushed her skull and resulted in a lifelong suffering of sleeping spells. Today, this is called narcolepsy. This unfortunate event strengthened her commitment to change her life. She became determined to change her destiny. In changing her own life, she changed the lives of many others. There are often drastic incidents that become life-changing experiences. Sometimes being an advocate for others develops out of your experiences or of what you see happening to others. Activities. Discussion questions. Do you know someone who has overcome some difficulties? How are they handling the situation? Number 2, how can your observations from others dealing with difficulties be used as motivation for you to keep on going? Let's do some journaling. Chanel Cooper Skies is an American life coach, author, and speaker. She was born on June 7, 1983, in Brooklyn, New York, in the USA. Chanel Cooper is a motivational speaker, author, and life coach known for her work in personal development and empowerment. What is personal development? Second question for you to journal on. I want you to write about how you think your career choices will help you in your life's journey. And let's do some research. Find an organization that stands for what you feel strong enough about to support. Write a paragraph about the organization, their purpose, and why you selected them to support. What can you do to support their cause? That's chapter 2. Survive and make changes. Harriet Tubman's life was not easy, but she survived it. And we know her stories because of what she overcame and how she was able to use her love for herself to free herself first, and then to go back and free others. Remarkable stories. And this book is just full of stories like this and quotes from women that can help you understand how to apply these lessons in your lives. I want to invite you again to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can stay up on each chapter of the book that comes out. There are also video presentations of me presenting these stories as Harriet Tubman available, and I will add those links to the comments section of these monthly on this event every day. So there's plenty of learning this month in Women's History Month. And I have some other exciting things coming up. So I want you to save the date for a really special event. Sunday, let me see, make sure I got the right date. Have you heard of Sojourner Truth? Well, Harriet and Sojourner knew each other, and they're going to have a special interview. That's going to be Sunday, the 23rd of March, 2025, and it will be 4 p.m. Pacific time, which is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll see the flyer coming out soon, but save the date. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.